Hello, everyone, and welcome to G-CMO Spotlight. My name is Noah Houston, and I'm the Community Manager at G-CMO, which is an exclusive invite-only forum of Israel's top marketing executives from global companies, fast-growing startups, and venture capital funds. The purpose of this segment is to shine a spotlight on our members so that you can get to know them a little bit better. And I'm very happy to have with me today Ilan Tevet, VP Marketing, Product, and Business Development at RAD. Hi, Ilan. Thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure, Noah.
Let's kick things off with my first question to you. Can you please tell us what RAD does in one sentence?
Okay. We are almost a 40 years old company focusing on telecommunications for service providers and enterprises. So trying to squeeze it into one sentence is challenging. But I would say that RAD focuses on helping service providers and enterprise customers evolve their networks and services while leveraging their infrastructure and assets.
In which industries have you worked?
During my career, I had the opportunity to work in very different verticals. I worked both in the service provider market for fixed and mobile operators, as well as I've designed solutions and deployed solutions for critical infrastructure companies, utility companies, electricity, transportation. So while my entire career was focused around communications in the networking aspect, I had the opportunity to work with really very different types of customers. Some of them really, traditional. I don't want to say slow moving, but tend to avoid the risks, and some of them are really agile.
What type of products have you launched over the years?
Different networking solutions, solutions for mobile backhaul. We're now talking about 5G as something that is finally happening. I still remember 3G as something that would happen in the future. So I've been there and done that. Solutions for business services. RAD was one of the first companies, the first actually, who talked about virtualizing a customer premise equipment.
And how many years of experience do you have in total?
Over 20 years. The last 3 or 4 years, I manage marketing, which for us is really far beyond what's typical marketing for most companies, I believe, because there's a strong part of product blended into that as well.
What do you identify as the most common or significant challenge in your industry, and how do you address it?
Well, I think, that definitely the last 6 months or so, 8 months have been very, very challenging in terms of marketing. In my industry, live events were the place where executives would travel to see new technologies. Events like Mobile World Congress were the places to be. Not only because it would give you the opportunity to meet new potential customers, but also because all your existing customers would come there, and that would be an opportunity to meet all of them, have executive meetings, and all that gone. Basically it's gone.
Yeah.
And we don't really know when it will happen again. Maybe this is a question we should address to the rest of the forum. What's their working assumptions? But my assumption is that we will not see us returning to normal before the second half of next year. It means a lot in terms of budget allocation, and it means a lot in terms of what do you do, how do you adapt in order to get new leads, to nurture your new business. And we did a lot of things to adapt. We shifted a lot of resources, not only budget, but also time and focus of people.
Yeah.
To doing more public webinars, for instance, in various languages, things that we didn't do so much in the past. to advertise in different channels. We understand that it's, from a marketing point of view, for us, it's great. It's a challenge, but also an opportunity to learn to do new things, to do things differently. So that's one aspect. The second aspect is more, let's say, strategic. Service providers in the last few years are being challenged. They are being challenged by mainly by the cloud providers that are bringing a lot of value to business customers. Many business customers are in the process of migrating their compute resources from on-prem to the cloud.
Yep.
A lot of business customers are even born in the cloud, which means they don't really have any on-prem compute resources. Other applications resides in the cloud, and they just need the connectivity through the internet. So where does it put the service provider? What will be the value that the service provider brings to the market going forward? And this is a big challenge for them and also for us, because this is our main target market. Here I want to give like a teaser. In a month or so, we're going to launch a new solution that is trying to address this specific challenge.
Okay.
And will allow service provider to use their existing access networks in order to provide a secure, resilient, and high SLA service to their business customers who wants to reach the cloud, who wants to run CRM or Microsoft Office or any other application directly from the cloud.
How do you enrich your professional knowledge?
Reading a lot, wherever I can between meetings. Before I go to bed, I try to catch up with relevant blogs, articles from analysts that I follow. A lot of LinkedIn reading, and also from G-CMO group members.
Can you name a marketer that you look up to and why?
There is a brand, an American brand called REI.
Okay.
They were established about, I think, 8 years ago. Obviously, they started as a brick and mortar chain, focusing on outdoor recreational equipment, for climbing, from camping, etc. And they branched from that to other outdoor stuff, obviously, over the years. They have a very nice website. They have a nice philosophy of contributing back to the community. Actually, it's a co-op. So about 70% of their income or profits actually goes back to their co-op members. So every year you get like a dividend,
right,
which is a nice thing, to buy from them. But what I like most about them is that a few years ago, they came with a marketing campaign called, I think, Opt Out. So they decided to swim against the current. And instead of doing a big discount like everybody else, they said, we're not going to have any big discounts on that particular day. Instead, we are giving a day off to all our employees. We are shutting down our shops. They have like 200 shops in the States. And we are recommending to our employees and customers to go outside, have fun with their friends and family in Black Friday. Okay? Now, you look at it, you say, oh, come on. Why leave the floor for all the other people?
Yeah.
But if you think about it a little bit further, you see that through that campaign, they managed to really differentiate themselves. And it goes very well along the brand. Again, it's an outdoor brand.
Mm-hmm.
So it fits very nicely. And I really love this idea.
So now we're going to get a little bit more personal. What do you enjoy doing with your loved ones?
Good food, being outdoors, riding bicycles, doing solo multi-day trips across the desert, normal things.
And what would be the number one destination you would like to visit?
I would love to go to New Zealand.
Have you ever been?
It's number one of my list. Yeah, actually, I was there like 15 years ago. I came for a convention, and I was stupid enough to stay only, for 3 or 4 days and go back. It was a big mistake that I'm going to fix one of these days.
Lastly, if you could please complete the sentence. For me, G-CMO is
a community of very talented people, peers, colleagues, with whom I can consult, from whom I can learn and discuss and maybe partner to enrich my professional life.
amazing. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you very much, Ilan, for joining me today.
Pleasure.
Thank you to everyone who is watching us, and make sure you stay tuned for more episodes of G-CMO Spotlight. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.